I can see everyone around me being placed from campus and getting very good CTC and stuff. But one fear is that I want to prove it to my parents because as I chose that I want to go in the design industry, I can't expect companies to come to my campus and recruit me as a designer. So the only option left for me is going off campus. Joining 10K designers gave me a feeling of that I can approach people without overthinking that because before that I didn't know what to ask, how to frame my message in fact.
What's up, Dwija? Excited to have
Hello,
you
all
on.
good.
So, Dwija, I really want to learn more about your story, but I think where we can start is when did you get started with design? And I want to kind of go deep into the why. Like, why did you get started with design? Like, what was that time like?
Okay, so just to give a background, I am currently a pre-final year student. So
Hmm.
maybe I guess 2 to 2.5 years back when I started off with my college, I just knew that I want to do engineering, but I did not know what I want to do after that. So what I discovered after coming to my first semester was a lot of people are getting into different domains like web, ML, this, that. And then we had this in the very initial days, we had this technical fest of our college. So I just enrolled myself in one of the events, which was about website designing and development both. So on the first day, one of my seniors, he taught us Figma. And I was so intrigued that day, the entire night I spent exploring different features of Figma. And till now, I have not seen even a single tutorial video of Figma. I mean, except the advanced parts like components and stuff like that, but like the basics I did on my own only. So that was the point where I discovered that oh, something such exists that is like a sweet spot between tech and creativity. And then I started reading a lot of articles on NN Group, Medium, here and there.
So, from that time when you like, first found out, excited about it, now you're kind of jumping into Figma. Do you think there was a time when you were like, this is good, like I can kind of go on all in? Like, how long did it take you to be like, okay, let's just go, let's just do this, like take full action here?
Yeah. In my first semester when I started off, like I don't think I had a lot of clarity about what to do and what not to do and what part to take. So I just wanted to be all over the place in those days. I used to see people on Dribble, Behance, Twitter posting stuff. And when I used to see that people are doing graphics, even I felt like I should do graphics. When I saw some product, then I felt like even I want to do this. So basically, I was just all over the place. And I did not know if I was following the correct path. But then I had a few seniors in college who were doing similar things. So the very first mentoring was from them only. So it maybe took me around a year to exactly figure out what is going on. Otherwise, I just
Yeah.
used to read and make notes, and then my
Hmm.
execution part was pretty low.
Got it. And during this 1 year, like, did you have any other doubts and fears that you were just like thinking about that were maybe stopping you?
So this is kind of something that I still bear. So I am from engineering background. So a lot of my friends are going to be placed from campus itself.
Hmm.
And as my third year is going to end, and we are very soon entering the placement season of VIT,
Yeah.
I can see everyone around me being placed from campus and getting very good CTC and stuff. But one fear is that I want to prove it to my parents because as I chose that I want to go in the design industry, I can't expect companies to come to my campus and recruit me as a designer. So the only option left for me is going off campus, and that has its own struggles. The other doubt I feel like is a lot of times I encounter this feeling when I feel like, am I even good enough? Am I doing right? Am I able
Hmm.
to compete with the other people in the industry? So that is something that I still get. I have my phases, ups and downs.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean. Like, and sometimes the scary thing is I feel like it doesn't go away because even today, for me, for example, I've got those exact same moments, right? It's like I kind of feel like the more you go down, let's just say your own path, like that is different from everybody else around you, the more it just like amplify stuff like this.
Exactly, because I can see people around me are not doing. In fact, what I'm learning in my classes is also not exactly what I want to pursue as a career. A
Mm,
lot of things might match, like we have, if we zoom out and see everything on a wider scale, then the architectural planning stuff is similar,
mm.
more like software engineering, what we call.
True.
So
Yes.
that can be very relatable. But then, other than
Mm.
that, if I am asked to study networking, that is very different.
Yeah, yeah. So, I want to actually also now kind of go deep. During this time when you're figuring out design in college, what attracted you to 10K designer? Like, what was different about that?
So when I started off, I just used to watch different videos to understand what all aspects to cover when I am starting out with design. So I definitely found out your channel. So
Hmm,
that was
nice.
those were the days when I used to watch those videos. And then slowly when campus also reopened, because like I started out when it was lockdown and stuff in India.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so maybe when we came to campus, I realized that a lot of my seniors have also been a part of 10K Designer, because VIT now I can vouch for it that it has a good design culture in campus. And I saw those people and I saw that they are doing really great in their own field. Then I researched about it and then I got to know. So that was the first part when I realized that there's this huge community of 10K designers. And the second part was I was always very hesitant to reach out to people for help. Joining 10K designers gave me a feeling of that I can approach people without overthinking. That because
Hmm.
before that I didn't know what to ask, how to
Hmm.
frame my message. In fact, and
Hmm.
how do I ask in a way that they will open my message, because I was a complete newbie and maybe the chances are very slim that they'll open a
Hmm.
message from a person who's just starting out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was the major aspect, that I can connect with people in the same industry one to one and I can learn a lot from them.
So, double clicking into that, when you were finally enrolled in the cohort, right? You're attending the sessions, you're seeing so many people there. Like, what was like maybe the most unexpected part for you once you were actually in?
So now that I go on Twitter or anywhere else, I see that everyone, even the people who were in cohort 1 to cohort 6, everyone are posting a lot of things that they are working on Twitter. And that is something that there are a lot of things that even I am not good at. I am building upon that. And other people might be good at it. So this keeps me motivated every day, that when I see something is coming up and I feel
Hmm.
like maybe I can try that too. Like literally,
Yeah.
I am just going to start out with 3D and stuff like that, because
Hmm.
I saw a lot of people doing it, and maybe I thought that this is the time when I also start learning something else apart
Hmm.
from UI UX, so that I can enhance my design by using
Hmm.
different aspects of design. So that was really great, and also I remember I posted my first case study on Twitter. The amount of reach I got on Twitter was so nice that
Yeah.
I landed my first internship also because of that case.
Hmm. Nice. Let's talk more about that. Like, towards the end of it, of course, I know which case study you're talking about as well. Going through the cohort by the end of it, like, what was it like towards the end? Like, you mentioned the internship, but like, what were the results? How exactly did things change after you were done with the cohort?
Yeah. So to be very honest, out of the three assignments that we were given, I did like two, which was the very
Hmm.
first, and then I did capstone. And
Hmm.
I ended up publishing my first assignment, which was a visual case study of a landing page. And then I posted it everywhere on my Instagram, on my Twitter, and I just tagged 10K designers and I thanked all the mentors, everything. And it reached out to so many people that actually the founder of the company where I'm working, it's a US based company, he reached me out and he asked me if you were looking for any opportunities or internship. I quickly said yes, and in the next few days I had a call with him, which was just a 20 minutes call, and I got my first internship. So that was like the
Yeah.
happiest moment I could have ever had.
Awesome. Yeah, that's so great. That is something that I think it's one of those things where, yeah, we kind of know posting your work online is good, but then once you actually finally do it, like the results can be like unexpected. Yeah.
Definitely.
So, Duja, of course, the design journey, we're just getting started. A lot more ahead. Looking forward to seeing, more work from you from the current internship as well as what you do next. But right now, like this moment in time, if you could like time travel and talk to your past, right? Maybe back when you're learning design, or you're thinking about, should I enroll in
Hmm.
10K? A lot of stuff going on. What would you tell your past self right now if they were watching?
So one thing I would say was, it was a great decision from my end to join a cohort where everyone are doing or heading towards the same goal. So more or less everyone is helping each other, uplifting each other in whatever they are doing. Like right now also I am in touch with so many members of my cohort that whenever I need, like very recently I was looking for ways how to get freelance opportunities and what
Hmm.
exactly should we post online and stuff like that. I messaged like two, three people in my cohort and they helped me out on the same
Hmm.
day itself. So that is, and I also attended like a lot of meetup of 10K, which also helped me know more
Hmm.
and more people, their background, their work, everything. So that was also amazing. So I would definitely pat on myself for taking this decision. And the second thing I would tell myself is one phrase, that is one at a time, because I used to do a
Hmm.
lot of things together. And I am a person who used to get very anxious because if I put in effort and if I don't get results out of it, then I'll just break apart. So
Hmm.
that is what I'll tell myself, that one step at a time and then everything will happen slowly. Because even though I am in just college, I feel like I need to do a lot of all
Hmm.
together, all at once, which will just create a burden on myself. Whereas I don't think that design is something which we can excel at while being anxious or while burdening ourselves or not enjoying it. It'll just create a blockage in our brains.
True. Yeah, absolutely right. Thank you, Doja. Thanks a lot.